Hi everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up, press the red button to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified for my upcoming video. It's all free. Thank you. The world asks, what does a man own? And Jesus asks, how does he use it? Amen. Today I'm going to show you how to make coconut and chocolate pie. For this lovely dessert, in the saucepan I've got 2 tins of condensed milk, and that's a total of 790 grams. And in this mug I've got 200 mils of heavy cream, and I've got 200 mils of coconut milk, and I've got 500 mils of ordinary milk. And in here I've got 100 grams of coconut. Now I've grated a fresh coconut and I've removed the black part of it with using the potato peeler, and you only use the inside bit, so that's 100 grams. And in this mug I've got 4 tablespoons of corn flour that I've mixed with cold milk using from the 500 mils. So make sure you mix the corn flour and keep it, because you don't want any lumps in it. And then I'm going to use the biscuit base, and I'm using coconut biscuits that I've used a rolling pin and crushed all the coconut biscuits, so that's like a sandy texture. And then I'm going to add 150 grams of melted butter in it, so I'm going to melt this butter again. And now for the chocolate ganache, I've got 200 grams of milk chocolate, and I've got 200 mils of heavy cream again to go in there. And we'll need a glass dish to set this lovely dessert in. And you can use, for decorating, you can use the chocolate cookies, chocolate chips, or you could use desiccated coconut. First thing we're going to do is make the biscuit base. So once your butter's melted, we're going to mix the butter into the crushed coconut biscuits and mix it together. Once your butter is mixed in this coconut biscuit, we're going to put it in the dish that we're going to set the dessert in. Empty it all in there and then just spread it out evenly, so that'll make the biscuit base. Once the biscuit base is spread evenly, now we're going to put this dish in the fridge and carry on with the rest of the dessert. Now the next step is, I've just put the gas on, so we have to heat up the condensed milk, the cream, the coconut milk and the ordinary milk. So I'm going to put the cream first. My gas is on a medium at the moment. And stir the cream in there. And then I'm going to add the coconut milk. Make sure you get the full fat coconut milk, not the runny, not the light one. Mix that together. And then I'm going to add the ordinary milk. I'm going to raise the gas up now a bit. Okay, now keep stirring it occasionally and wait till it starts to bubble. So first we let it get hot, and then when it's nearly boiling, then we'll add the desiccated coconut, if that's the fresh grated coconut. But if you don't have fresh coconut, if you can't find, then use desiccated coconut. Then we're going to add that and the corn flour. But at the moment I'm just going to stir it and wait for it to come to a boil. Once your mixture is hot, like mine is, now we're going to add the grated coconut in there. And then we're going to add the corn flour. That's why you need to mix it with milk first, so it's got no lumps in there. And now keep stirring it, keep the gas on low till the mixture thickens up. My coconut mixture has had 5 minutes. I've been stirring it all the time on a medium heat, so that's the consistency we need. So once it reaches this consistency, we're going to put the gas off and now put this saucepan aside and now let it cool down before we pour it onto the biscuit base. My coconut mixture has been cooling for last 10 minutes, so now we're going to pour all this mixture over this coconut biscuit base, and then we're going to put it in the fridge to let it cool even further while we make the chocolate ganache. It'll thicken up even more when it cools down in the fridge. And I'm going to put that in the fridge now. While our coconut mixture is cooling down in the fridge, we're going to carry on making the chocolate ganache. So I've put water to boil, it's come to a boil, and we're going to melt the chocolate and the cream. I've put the cream in the microwave for 30 seconds to take out the chill of it from it. And now I'm going to let this bowl sit over the hot water, and then I'm going to pour the cream on it, and then going to keep stirring it till it's all nicely mixed and all melted. So I'm going to add the cream now. Now keep the gas on medium and let the steam from the water gently melt all the chocolate. You can see I've shifted the bowl on the back burner because we don't want a very high heat on there. It just has to melt gently. So now once it's all the chocolates melted, I'm just going to keep this aside for a little while before we pour it over the coconut mixture. Once the chocolates cool down a little bit, then we can pour it over the coconut mixture. And this chocolate ganache has to be a very thin layer, so you don't need a lot of it. Once the ganache is spread evenly, I'm going to put this back in the fridge for another 10 to 15 minutes and let it set a little bit before we add the chocolate chips or the coconut, grated coconut on the top, and then we'll let it set for further 4 to 5 hours or preferably overnight. The chocolate's been cooling in the fridge for last 15 minutes, so now you can take it out of the fridge and you can either put the desiccated coconut on the top, or you can just decorate it with these chocolate chips. Once you've decorated it with the chocolate chips, and then we're just going to put the cling film on it, and now this is going into the fridge for 4 to 5 hours, like I said, or overnight. Now this dessert has been in the fridge overnight, so I've just taken it out of the fridge. So now it's ready to be eaten. So I'm just going to scoop a portion out onto this plate. Now this is a soft dessert, so make sure you get the biscuit base out as well. And there you go. That's your lovely chocolate and coconut dessert ready to eat. You saw how easy this was to make. This really is a very tasty dessert. So make it, but when you scoop it into a bowl and serve it. So I hope you like it. Write on your comments what you think about it, and I shall see you next time with some more delicious cooking. But until then, may God go with you and give you His peace.